The Forge Actuator is installed and we went and did the data logs already, obviously. So let me tell you guys that there is a massive improvement. I'm not saying massive as in 20, 30 kilowatts. No, 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 that's ridiculous. I can even imagine that I got something like 10 kilowatts more power. That is like, I know it sounds so stupid, but like 10 kilowatts on a low powered car, I consider this kind of low power. I know I just took myself out. That's a lot. I mean, just by upgrading or reinstalling a better part in your car, what I can tell you guys is this is not a review. We got to go to the logs now. What I've noticed over the last couple of years that sometimes when you go like the cheaper route, it actually turns out that you lose reliability and you lose performance. And this is a good example. Like that TBO wastegate, since the day I put it in, I didn't feel like I had more power. But I mean, like, not like what I'm experiencing now, And also, it might have been that the day that I installed that TBO actuator, that shaft play, that where I showed you guys that as the shaft is opening. No, I'm incorrect here. Since day one, even when the guy that redid my turbo, made my turbo the hybrid turbo, I gave him that actuator, he put it on the car. He immediately told me that he was not happy with the way it opened. I completely forgot about it. So from day one, that cheaper actuator was not right. So you lose out on performance, you lose out on reliability. And I mean, like, if you guys have been following any racing out there, especially like Street Outlaws or the NPK No Prep Kings, you guys might have like heard multiple times people say, "Oh, my car broke. I lost a $40,000 race because of a $20 part." Like sometimes I know it's not nice always taking out the funds and all of those kind of things, but you get so much better results. And this logs is going to show it right here. You get so much better results, reliability, and all of those kind of things. Okay, so this log over here that you guys are seeing, I did something a little bit different because I told myself, how can I make a video where I'm actually showing you guys more about the wastegate, like how good it's improving above the other one. I mean, like, you can keep the same exact file and look at the wastegate duty cycle. I know, but it doesn't replicate like how good it actually is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to take the TBO turbo that was in. I'm going to literally make the wastegate duty cycle 0, and then I'm going to go do my log. So that means I'm not going to ask the N75 valve, the boost controller valve, to do anything. This is purely on spring pressure. Now, please do take note, the TBO had a 0.9 to a 1.3 bar spring in it. Manually checked, it opened at 1.1 bar, which is actually more than my Forge actuator, because when I checked, it did open at like 1 bar, So what I want to tell you guys is that the TBO is already in an advantage because it's got it only opens on more boost, right? So obviously you think, okay, the TBO is going to give better results. Okay, so you'll see both of the logs has got like 0% duty cycle, and then we're going to look at the boost, what the boost did. So looking at this graph quickly, we're going to look at this red line. This red line represents the wastegate duty cycle. So as you can see, the whole way is 0.8%. Okay, not asking the wastegate or the boost controller or whatever to help us at all. This is to technically see how this wastegate performs with just asking for, yeah, just how it performs with the wastegate spring pressure and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, it kind of like went up, down, and all those kind of things. But the most boost pressure we actually found here was 0.573. I saw. It's going to drop to 2. 0.573. Now, to give you an idea, if you think like that is like bad or whatever the case is, which it is kind of low, how much do you think the Forge actuator actually helped? Would you believe me if I tell you, like, if you take this boost and you times it by like 40% of the amount, that is how much boost we made more with this one. Just look at this. 0.8 on the dot. So that is, how much is that? That is 0.8. Let's quickly do some mathematics here. That is 2.27 bar. 0.227 bar more. That is crazy. I mean, like, if you take 0.227, you times it by 2, it's almost like the freaking amount of boost that we made there. Okay, not 100%. That's what, 460. But you guys get us about 40% increase in power if you look at the old wastegate. And even if you take the new wastegate, it's basically a third more than the TBO wastegate. That is crazy. What an improvement. And even if you think, okay, that's cool, let's go to like 6,800 RPMs. At 6,800 RPMs, we made 0.473 bar on the old one. Let's go to the new one, 6,800. 6,800 RPM. So just to quickly refresh. Here we made 0.473. Here we made 0.552. That is almost a 0.1 bar increase on high RPM. So we're seeing 0.2 bar increase on low RPMs. And as it like kind of tapers down, which is normal, you see 0.1 bar. That is crazy. That is really good numbers. And even if we look at the math reading, so here we did, our math reading was 178.6. Going over here, it is 164.2. That is 14 grams per second more of airflow going into the car by literally just changing the actuator. You know, and that's one of the things that I come back to, that sometimes spending that little bit more money can give you so much better results. And this definitely shows it. I mean, like, here it shows us, this is obviously, guys, estimated, it's not real, but 162 kilowatts it like calculated at this pool over here. And then if we go to the other one, it calculated 151 kilowatts. That is literally what, like 151 to 1, sorry guys, my mind actually ran to something else now. 11 kilowatt improvement. Like, let's even take it up and see, like, at max what it made. So it says at max was 164 kilowatts. Going to this one at max, it actually remained at 151 kilowatts. So if you want to go at max, it's 13 kilowatts more it gave. And then if we look at the, out of curiosity, the torque over here is 260, and then the torque over here is 276. So 16 Newton meters of torque more. Even I must say, like, it even like held the torque much longer. Like, let's quickly see this one. This one like kind of made torque and just kind of like sloped down the entire way. This one like kind of made torque and kind of like held it and then kind of like sloped away, you know. So I'm pretty sure, like, if we have to look here, 0.57. Like, even if you look, what is that RPM range? Let's do it like 4.55, 4,550 RPMs. 4,550 RPMs. We made 0.539 bar boost. Over here we made 0.756, so it's literally 0.2 bar boost. So it like held that 0.2 bar boost much longer as well. So it's not like it just peaked and dropped. It like picked up, it held it, and then it dropped gradually. That is, what an improvement from just changing an actuator. So yeah, guys, I'm going to say it again. Even if I had to relive or gave other people advice, just spend that little bit more money. Just get the proper thing. I mean, like, to think about it, you took the turbo out, which is a massive job on our cars, by the way. So you take it out, you spend all that money for new oil, new gaskets, new copper washers, or those O-ring washer stuff for the coolant side, and that, and then all that labor to go and get that turbo out, frustrations, swearing. You finally put it in. The TBO actuator, the cheap one, you finally put the cheap one in, you put it in your car, you get some performance, but you don't really know how much you're losing out on. And now you get something proper, and now you have to do all of that work again. New oil again. Obviously, if you change your turbo, it's recommended to also change your oil, you know? So then new oil, new gaskets, new exhaust, the downpipe gasket and exhaust manifold gasket, the oil line gaskets, and just crazy, you know? I mean, you don't have to change all those gaskets, but then if you have a leak, you gotta loosen everything again. So it's just better to go and put on new gaskets. Imagine doing all of that work and you lose out like so much power over what, 12 or 14 grams a second of airflow coming in, which is quite a lot, especially because we only went to up like what, 178 178 grams per second. That 12 or 14 grams, whatever it was, it's a lot. It's a lot of additional power that you're just losing, you know. The kilowatts it shows, the newtons it shows, and the wastegate duty cycle is also all the way down. So yeah, anyway guys, let me know what you think about this. If you think it was a great comparison or not. I can also make some other comparisons, but I think this is a good way to show you with a better wastegate that has a better spring, how much it improves without asking the car to use its magic to try and get the boost up, if it makes any sense. So okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.